So I'd like to talk to you a little bit about what I consider sort of the second part of personal injury litigation. Now, these are sort of vaguely defined areas, but it's good to think about things in terms of component parts. And so the second part deals with pre-suit issues. And what pre-lawsuit means is a lot of the time insurance companies are going to want to try to settle things very cheaply, which means they want to get to people that are potential plaintiffs before the lawyers get to them, before they talk to a lawyer. And the reason for that is that people are statistically much more likely to settle a case, for 20, 30%, 20, 30 cents on the dollar. That's the average nationally, than if they have a lawyer. And the lawyer can sort of push for them to get what they deserve, for their medical bills, for their lost wages, pain and suffering, and other issues that are potentially compensable under law. And that's why it's important with the pre-suit stuff to get the medical records that accurately reflect a person's injuries. You want to get the medical records from usually 5 to 10 years before the injury to make sure that you know everything about it, that there aren't any lurking issues. Insurance company defense lawyers are always going to argue there's a pre-existing condition and that's what caused their injuries. In reality, everybody has a pre-existing condition for something. It's whether or not that condition is asymptomatic. And under North Carolina law, if that condition is exacerbated, meaning made worse by a wreck or some other type of injury, then it's potentially compensable. But this usually takes a couple months. You're going to want to get medical records. You want to get the accident report. You're going to want to get all coverage determined. The chances are when you're in a car wreck, the person who hits you is not going to have adequate coverage or any coverage at all. So you want to have underinsured and uninsured motorist coverage. Underinsured motorist coverage is if they don't have enough coverage. $30,000 is all that's required in North Carolina, which is a paltry sum when it comes to dealing with medical bills. You don't need me to tell you that in injury-related cases. So you're going to want to carry uninsured and underinsured. Underinsured covers that sort of amount of money that you need to make your claim fully what it should be. And that's your insurance company. So you essentially would, in theory, be going after your insurance company. That's when you hear about like subrogation and all that, insurance companies figuring out who foots the bill and getting reimbursed and all that. That's what we mean when we say subrogation. But you're wanting to work up all those issues, figure out about future medical treatment, whether or not they're going to meet they've reached what's called maximum medical improvement, meaning they're as improved as they're going to be. Sometimes you're going to have future medical bills that are going to